Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Raghu here. In this class, we'll discuss about two-dimensional arrays in Java. In our previous classes, we clearly discussed about one-dimensional arrays and how to access the elements that present in one-dimensional. Please watch those classes and come back here. The link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Coming to today's class, so first we are going to understand what is two-dimensional array, how memory will be, how it look like. Then we are going to understand how memory allocated in random access memory in Java. But that the second part is very important. Now coming to the two-dimensional array, suppose take a two-dimensional array of size 4, 5. What's that 4, 5 means? 4 lines, we call it as rows. 4 rows are there, 5 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many columns are there? 5 columns. 4 multiplied by 5. Total how many elements you can place? 20 elements. These are the elements which we placed. 1, 2, 3 up to 20. 4 lines, 5 columns. This is what we call it as a two-dimensional array. So now coming this we call it as rows. Our row index starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. Fourth line means index is 3. Our column index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 because 5 columns are there. 0th column, first column, second column, third column, fourth column. This is how indexing is allocated. How to define two-dimensional arrays in Java? In our last class we discussed it single dimensional, same as here int 2 brackets. So open bracket, close bracket, open bracket, close bracket, that is a is equal to new. We are creating an object int. Here you have to mention the size. How many lines are needed? The first bracket shows the how many lines are needed. Second bracket shows the how many columns are needed. 4, 5. 4, 5. So it is going to allocate a space of 2 in order to store 20 elements. So if you want to store element in that position, a of 0, 0. The first 0 shows the 0th line. 0th column, 0th line, 0th column. So here it is going to place 1. 0th line, first column, it is going to place 2. This is how we can access the elements from the two-dimensional array. And if you want to store elements, we are going to use this notation. So if you want to display the element that present here, System.out.println of a of 0, 0 means 0th line, 0th column. That element is going to be displayed. Now coming to the how memory is allocated. As we have showed here, two-dimensional arrays will be in a tabular form, but it is not the way it is going to store in a random access memory. How it is going to store is, it's taking it as a array of arrays. So first it is going to take an array. That's why it got the name. How many lines are there? 4 lines are there. That's why it take an array of size 4 elements. Because we are having 4 lines, it is going to take an array of 4 lines, 4 elements. In these elements, this array is sure to store the space of other arrays. It is going to create 4 more arrays, single dimensional arrays. So for understanding purpose, we have written this array in this direction, but actually we have to write it as a so usually it should be written like this, but for understanding diagrammatical purpose it should be written like that. So it is going to take an array of size 4 elements and array of size 5 elements. How many arrays it is going to take? 4 arrays of size 5 elements. Why it is 5 elements? Because how many columns are needed? 5 columns are needed. That's why it is going to take an array of size 5 elements. See here, in our last classes, how single dimensional arrays are allocated spaces? These discussions made in our previous classes in the random access memory. So please, assuming that you already have that understanding, we are explaining this concept. The first array is assigned a memory location of 2000. The starting address is 2000. Assuming that it may give space anywhere in the random access memory. For our purpose, we are taking it as 2000. The second array, assume that the space allocated is at 5000. The starting location is 5000. That 5000 is going to be stored here. This is how arrays are defined in Java. using Java. When you use Java, this is how it is going to allocate space. Array of arrays. One more single dimensional array. Assume that the space allocated for this single dimensional array is at 6000. This 6000 location is stored here. Assume that the next array is given space of 7000. Starting location is 7000. It is stored here. And next is given as 8000. This is stored here. This is how it is going to take. See the first elements. 1, 2. 1, 2. Remaining by default it is going to store 0 values. Because in the code we have written 0th column, 0th line, 0th column. 0th line, first column. 1, 2. So how it is going to access that memory location? How it is going to calculate this position? In our last class we clearly discussed how it is going to access the memory location by using mathematical calculation. The same way it is going to use here. Let's try to understand. A of 0, 0. Let's take A is at 2000 position. 2000, it is going to find like this. A of 0 is equal to, what's the value that present here in this position? 5000. It is going to take that 5000. 5000 of the next value is 0. 5000 of 0 means from 5000 location move 0 positions. 5000 plus 0 multiplied by 4. Why we are multiplying by 4? Because each element is of size 4 bytes. 0 multiplied by 4, that is equal to 5000. This is the location where it is going to access the value, because the starting location is 5000. Similarly, A of 0, 2. What is the value that present in A of 0? 5000. 5000 plus, from 5000 move 2 positions, means 2 multiplied by 4. Each position is of size 4 bytes. 2 multiplied by 4, 8. 5008th location. This is the starting location of 5000. 4 elements. Next 4 elements. What is the next position? 5008th location. That is how it is going to find the positions and place elements in that position. So if you want to access the elements that present in a 2-dimensional array, how the coding will be. So this is also very, very important to understand. If you want to access the elements that present, all the elements that present in a 2-dimensional array, you need to go with a nested loop within a loop. For I is equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. What is I less than 4? Why we have written 4? 4 lines are there. From I 0 to 3 value. This loop is used to identify the lines. I is used to identify the lines. In this loop, we have written another loop for j is equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. How many columns are there? 5 columns are there. That's why j less than 5. J is used to identify the columns. For I is equal to 0, j is going to execute for 5 times. So that's why whenever it go inside this nested loop, A of, for I is equal to 0, j is going to change for 5 times. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. So we are going to access the elements that present in that position. For I is equal to 1, again j is going to execute for 5 times. 1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. That is how it is going to access the elements that present in the 2-dimensional array. Hoping that you already have these basics from previous classes, nested loops, how it is going to be executed. We are not giving in detailed explanation. This is how we write the code to access the elements that present in a 2-dimensional array. In our coming classes, we are going to discuss about variable length 2-dimensional arrays and 3-dimensional arrays. Hope you understand these examples. If you have any questions regarding the concept, please post your questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.